Welcome to an episode of Need to Know Economics, where I cover anything regarding economics, history, technology, and politics. This is a part of our educational playlist about money, which we recently covered what is money and how money is created. Now that we know what money is and how it's created, we're going to dive into the types of money. Make sure you smash the like button and subscribe to our page if you like this type of content. We have an understanding of what money is when we define money in our What is Money video. So today we're going to cover the 5 most commonly used types of money over the past several centuries. While covering these types of money, it is important to remember that money is a tool. It needs to be dynamic and elastic. The types of money we are going to cover today are commodity money, representative money, fiat money, shadow money, and decentralized money. These types of money are categorized by how dynamic our financial ledger we defined is. Let's start with commodity money. Commodity money is as old as money and civilization itself and dates back thousands of years. Commodity money is where the value of money is intrinsic and is typically a precious metal or commodity itself. Its value comes from the commodity's scarcity and what it's made from. Some examples of commodity money that have been used can be gold, silver, and even beads. Commodity money was extremely popular centuries ago because of the difficulty of people being able to counterfeit it, and the fact that governments and societies could always use the money to produce goods and commodities if needed. As societies, global trade, and transactions evolved, it became very impractical for people to transport a whole chest of gold coins across the sea to exchange goods, or for someone to save up to millions of gold coins in savings. This is where representative money was developed. This type of money had the characteristics of fiat money with paper money and tokenization, but was still based on a commodity with intrinsic value based on some type of ratio exchange or derivative. Representative money, like fiat money, has no value of its own, but unlike fiat money, it is backed by commodity. As a commodity-backed money, it can be exchanged for precious metals like gold held within a bank. One example of this type of money was used during the gold standard era of free banking. This is where money was based on a fixed ratio of gold and the money itself was redeemable for that commodity. This system did preserve wealth, but as capitalism and global trade prevailed, it became too inelastic to be an effective tool. This representative money would find itself ineffective in mitigating banking system speculation crashes, with the rush to redeem representative money for the commodity itself. This happened hundreds of times during the gold standard era and would often lead to crises. This was called a bank run, where the bank customers would rush to the bank to redeem their representative money for gold. Because the banking system lacked the regulation on speculation, there would often be no commodity-backed money left and millions would be left with nothing. This would then lead to an extremely large and contagious sociological effect, leading to even more panic and bank runs across the world, and then the hoarding of the commodity collateral now breaking the banking system, leaving it without money or collateral itself. Now without the banking system functioning, capitalism itself therefore halted, and the speculation into producing goods and services stopped, which caused massive unemployment and depression, leading to even more panic and more bank runs in a cycle which is called a deflationary spiral. This process occurred dozens of times in different variations during the gold standard era, and especially happened during the Great Depression, which leads to fiat money. Fiat money is money whose value is not based on its inherent value, but is based on the trust and decisions by a governing body, which is typically governments or central banks. Fiat money is often leveraged during war periods to finance war production, and was used during World War II to get us out of the deflationary spiral of the Great Depression. Money's core purpose is being a tool to exchange goods, and fiat money allowed more elasticity and dynamic characteristics to solve the transactional needs for society during the Great Depression. Because populations could grow 10x in 10 years and commodity money and representative money could not grow to meet that larger population's needs, there was a major flaw of those systems that allowed fiat money and lawmakers to capitalize on. But like all types of money, fiat money had its own disadvantages, and that disadvantage was it was based on the decisions of governments. who typically aren't the best people to be proactive towards solving problems, but rather reactionary. This is where shadow money comes into play. Shadow money is money whose value is not based on its inherent value, but is based on the decisions of global financial intermediaries, not subject to universal regulations or transparency. One of the major issues with the shadow money system is the fact that it has no accountability to the public, much like the Eurodollar system. In most Western democracies, fiat money is often held responsible at the ballot box, but shadow money has no accountability, but to its select invested interests and shareholders. Most often or not, fiat money and shadow money often compete against one another, and because shadow money could scale much faster, it could heavily influence fiat money in politics. This was displayed when the Eurodollar system collapsed in the 2008 financial crisis, and shadow money's interests leveraged politicians to use taxpayers' fiat system to bail out the shadow banking system. Not just with bailing out troubled assets also, but with nationalizing the risk of credit creation. This is where decentralized money comes into play. Decentralized money, or DeFi, is money whose value is not based on its inherent value, but is based on the governance of the democratized decisions of the blockchain users. There really is no clear example of this system yet while I'm filming this video in 2021, but many crypto leaders are trying to develop this type of money on a decentralized blockchain. And because this system is still extremely early, you may see people trying to push this type of system through a Bitcoin gold standard system, which is no different than the representative money or commodity money systems used but with a cool new medium. But this system is basically digitalized fiat money, not based on some random metal, and not based on some corrupt politicians, and surely not based on some unaccountable global banking corporations, but is governed by the users itself. Remember, money is a tool to exchange goods, and tools evolve over time, and so will the types of money. Thank you. We are really trying to bring a new feel to economics and politics, so if you like this type of content, just make sure you smash that like button. Please share it with your friends, whether it's texting it to them, sharing it on Facebook, sending a tweet, or make sure you subscribe to our channel at Need to Know Economics on YouTube. Thank you guys. We also created a Patreon to support us in making this type of content. Just search needtoknoweconomics.com/Patreon to join. Money can be frustrating, and that's why we partner with companies that make money easy, like Acorns. As a child, I used to love going to the coinage machines at the grocery stores just to see how much money I saved from my paper route and all my pocket change. But as I got older and stopped using cash, I stopped going. And on top of that, all the change I saved up was depreciating in value every day. And that's where Acorns makes this process easy and efficient in today's digital world. Acorn rounds up every transaction on your debit card to the nearest dollar and invests it into indexes that appreciate over time into savings, retirements, or even your child's investment account. They'll even ship you a debit card to earn cash back from hundreds of different online stores. Just go to needtoknoweconomics.com/Acorns to create an account and get a $5 bonus investment.